Man, big shout out to the UGC Black Horseman here, back with another video. I want to talk about Jared Anderson. This is going to be a different type of video. It's boxing related, but I want to talk about a certain situation that I noticed with Jared Anderson. This pressure on him to be in the sport of boxing, provide for his family, represent for his city. I didn't realize he had so much going on, and when I realized that, his brother's doing some time, I believe he killed somebody, his brother. He had the pressure on him early to become the man of the house, if you will, to become the sole provider, and do something great because of unfortunate circumstances that have taken place within his family. We seen when he broke down. A lot of us seen when he broke down in front of Roy Jones Jr. when they had that conversation. Roy was saying that you gifted, you got a lot of people depending on you, and he broke down. He was like, I'm only 23, and I just see a situation where we're in a different era where a lot of people are pressuring their children to provide for the family. So they might push them into football, they might push them into basketball, they might push them into boxing, and especially in the black community, because a lot of us go through, grow up in rough environments, and a lot of us feel like the only way that we can liberate our family is to go get a scholarship, a sports scholarship, or risk your life, in the sport of boxing, like Jared Anderson is doing. And some of us take other paths, but I'm seeing now that that's being a heavy push. They're going to either pressure to be a rapper, football player, basketball player, boxer, something around along those lines, right? And I don't like to see young men under this type of pressure. I feel like they should be able to choose their own path. If it's something that they truly want to do, then of course I'm all for it. But with the type of pressure and the emotional state that I feel Jared Anderson is in, this ain't something that he really want to do. And I noticed that after he got his victory a few nights ago, Saturday night, his they put the camera on his mom, his family members, people that was there to support him. And one thing about it is when Jared Anderson wins, it's a victory for them, and they get to be able to get the benefit of the camera, the bragging rights, and things like that. And a lot of people like that. You got even man fans and stuff like that say of certain athletes in the sport of boxing where when that fighter wins, they feel like it's their victory, and that's cool and everything like that. But it's just so much pressure on these fighters. And it's not just Jared Anderson, but I see other people as well. But I want to just stay focused on Jared Anderson. But it's something that happens to these fighters like Jared Anderson where it's just you can't even enjoy the sport. It's all about your career that you choose. Is supposed to be about choosing something that you love, something you truly love to do. And it doesn't mean that you got to choose something easy. But if you don't really truly love it, in this type of sport, you can get hurt really bad. And I think Jared Anderson is a tremendous fighter. He fought a really great fight, and congratulations to him on his victory. It seems like they're trying to push the Ife Ajagba fight now on him. So, that's cool for him. I favor Jared Anderson to beat Ife Ajagba. But the thing about it is, if you're not all in the sport, the other opponent could kind of use this against you. If I'm the opponent, I'm looking at this like, man, this guy don't really love this sport, and they can probably use this against him. But I'm just concerned, as another black man, I'm concerned for Jared Anderson. I want the dude to be happy. I don't want him to end up getting hurt doing something that he don't really want to do, and he only trying to please his mother and please his, the homies and stuff like that. You know, and the thing about it is, sometimes a lot of these homies and friends and things like that, they don't really care. They don't care. They just like clout. They want to be able to say, "Oh yeah, man, Team Anderson, Team Big Baby, homie, Team Big Baby," because they like the attention that they can get as well, the clout from it, and then also reap the benefits of it financially as well. If they have that type of relationship with Jared Anderson, but I just want to say this, man. If you're a parent, especially in the black community, encourage your kids, support them, but don't pressure them and push them into things that they don't want to do. Because I just think down the road they're going to resent you. I don't want it to be a situation where Jared Anderson gets in there with somebody who has been all in, who's 100% into the sport of boxing, loves it with a passion, don't really have a whole lot of pressure on them. They just doing it because this is what they want to do. I don't want it to be a situation where he get his ass whooped and then now he goes into a very, very dark place and has this resentment towards his parents and towards all of these other people who may have just been using him to get to the level that they want to get to, which is recognition and things like that. And also, like I said, benefiting off financially off their success. So it's just it's different times. There's parents out there that are pushing their children at a young age to get into things, to get into sports, and it's all about trying to get them out of the hood or to bring them to a better place financially. You know, Even for example, say if it's football, that's another brutal sport. Um, some people are physically capable of dealing with uh, football or boxing and things like that. And but there's times where people are kids are pressured and they just want to please mom and dad. They want to make their family happy. And they don't want to quit because it'll be a disappointment. So I just wanted to just speak on that briefly. That it's a reality that a lot of parents are not putting the health of their children at the forefront. They're just putting their dreams at the forefront and sacrificing their kids. You know, Go in there and come on now, score them touchdowns, represent for us now. Come on now, get us out the hood now. And that's the vibe I get from Jared Anderson's family and the people that's with him. Like, come on, man, we need you to do this to take care of us, man. We've been struggling too long, man. Come on, man, get us out the hood, bro. So I've noticed that, and I have a genuine concern for these athletes. This is why I even push Bada and Nada. I want a clean sport because I don't want these athletes to get brutally hurt in there. It's already a brutal sport, and then a lot of these athletes are getting in there young. Like these boxers now, they're getting in there younger and younger. They're becoming pros at a super young age, and then they get in there with grown ass men that's like might be 33, 34, maybe close to 40, who got a whole lot of experience, heavy handed, and they struggling too. But and this might be all they got, only thing that they got going on. Maybe this might be their last option. And somebody like Jared Anderson, he's young, man. He's got a lot of years ahead of him, and he could still decide to do something else if he wanted to. But he's saying things like, it's a business. I just want to make the money that I need to make, and I don't see that he's really genuinely happy about being in the sport of boxing. Um, he's got to come in and put on a certain persona. He's got to make sure he got a whole different type of look. Might be Batman for he had Batman thing going on, the Batman theme, the last fight. He had the pimp theme, a previous fight, and he's doing all these things to try to make it like he's an entertainer and try to do all the right things to bring the attention on himself so that he can attract more value. The more popular you are, the more people more eyes on you, the more money. So I wish Jared Anderson nothing but the best. And like I say, my message is to the parents, especially the ones in the black community, man. Don't force your children to do things just because you didn't make it. That's a you problem. You're there to support your children and make sure that they pursue their dreams, and you there to set them up for success, not force them to do something that they might not want to do in order for you to get that nice house or that Benz, or y'all know what I'm saying. So that's my thoughts on that. You know, a lot of kids are getting into these brutal sports or getting into a dangerous industry like rap. Y'all see how these these young kids is getting killed off. They get in there doing drill music, and they the pressure of them to do a certain type of music so that they can provide for their families, but then they losing their lives young, or they might get hurt, brutally hurt at a young age, and may not ever be the same when they get to their 30s and the 40s. So that's my thoughts on it. Y'all leave y'all thoughts below. I wish Jared Anderson nothing but the best. And I just encourage the parents, support your children and whatever goals that they got. And they might want to be a chef, they might want to be a construction worker, they might want to be a plumber, whatever it is, support them, but don't pressure them to do something, especially get into a brutal sport like football, boxing, or something like that, and they not really all in, because they can get really hurt, and then you don't want them to resent you down the road. So that's all I got on the Black Horseman. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.